Do you want to know the method I use to teach sight words that dramatically increase my students' reading ability in a short period of time? I'm going to tell you right now. Hey guys, my name is Akiba and I'm a certified teacher turned homeschool mom. Welcome or welcome back to our channel. Hey, if you're new here and you want to maximize your child's educational potential while also having a lot of fun, start now by subscribing and clicking the bell notification so that you don't miss a thing. Today we're talking about sight words. Did you know that there are just 100 English words that make up 50% of all English written text? Amazing, right? If you're able to teach a child those 100 words in a fun and exciting way, you'll have their reading ability increased just like that. So today I'm going to share with you a method that I use in my classroom and that I use with my kids in order to get them to become really good readers really fast. I hope you enjoyed today's video. It's sponsored by KiwiCo, who we're going to talk about in just a little bit. But first, let's talk about sight words. What are they? Well, they're a mix of those most frequently used words in English and words that you can't sound out. So we want students to be able to see those words, recognize them, and say them instantly, because that frees up their cognitive ability. It frees up other parts of their brains to be able to decode the words that are unfamiliar to them. So the quicker we get students knowing these words, the better their reading will be. So there's two parts to this, the teach and the practice, and both are equally important. First, I'm going to show you a little video that shows you exactly how to teach sight words. So are you ready to learn your sight words?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to say the word, and then I'm going to say what word, and then when I say what word, you say the word, okay?
Okay.
This word is the what word?
The
To, what word?
two
And, what word?
and
A, what word?
a
I, what word?
I
Yes, very good. What word?
the
Yes, the. What word?
two
You have to look at it. Yes, to. What word?
and
Yes, and. What word?
a
Yes, a. What word? I.
I
That word is I. Say I.
I
Read the word I. Say I. Very good. Now I'm going to switch it up a little bit, okay? So you have to be watching. Very good. Reading your words. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a PUA practice writing those words, because writing sight words is a very important part in learning to read them. Good. She's going to trace them first, and then she's going to write them all by herself. I love this method of using my iPad because you can take it anywhere and it's reusable. So I just wanted to pause here because I've gotten some feedback that you guys don't know where all of my stuff is. Everything that you see me talk about on YouTube or Instagram, including this interactive notebook and my KiwiCo links, are all on my website, akibamaze.com. Everything there is also culturally relevant, so make sure you do check it out. So there's a couple key things that I did there. You'll notice that I repeated the word often. I told the student the word, I had the student read the word, and then I repeated it after the student. So the student heard that word 3 times each time we did that procedure. When the student made a mistake, we go directly back to 1 or 2 words before normally the top of the list, and we read them again. Using this method, I was able to quickly teach my students the first time how to read the sight words. So that's the first part. The second part, which is arguably the most important part, is for them to practice purposefully. And this is where some teachers and parents get tripped up, because you're not practicing in an efficient and effective way. And so it takes the student forever to learn these basic sight words, and some of them never learn it. So there's really 4 parts to this practice that I'm going to tell you. But first, I think this is a really good time to introduce our sponsors for this video, KiwiCo. KiwiCo is defining the future of play by making it engaging, enriching, and seriously fun. They create super cool hands-on projects and toys designed to expose kids to concepts in STEAM and teaches a new theme through hands-on learning and fun. There are 7 lines to choose from depending on the age of the student, all the way from 0 to adult. So KiwiCo is a subscription-based service. You can buy the subscription or you can buy individual boxes. Every month, a box that's age appropriate comes for your child, and there's a project dealing with some STEAM concept. Everything you need is right there, wrapped up in the box neatly. No need to run to the store to get like cotton balls or wait until the toilet paper roll runs out. Literally, the only thing you have to do is open it and take the little different pieces out of the plastic bags so that the child can work with it. The thing that I really love about KiwiCo is that the bulk of the activity the child can do by themselves. So you know that kids are all about independence, and it's more fun when you get to do something hands-on by yourself instead of watching somebody do it. So as the child, or you and the child, are working your way through the project, there are these checks for understandings, there are questions you can ask them, which are really all important in creating a well-rounded individual. I also love that as the child is doing the project, there's going to be mistakes that they make, and we know that the best way through learning is through mistakes. What KiwiCo has done is they've anticipated, like any good teacher should, like what mistakes and misunderstanding the child will have. And so the child makes the mistake, and it says right there in the little box, oops, check. Does your wheel turn this way or is it turned the wrong way? And so the child can then go back, check, and then change up their project to do it the right way. And that creates growth. You can just see that growth mindset developing as the child is doing this KiwiCo project. And then after the project is created, the best part is seeing the child with the completed project, and they have this look on their face like, I made this. If you are a teacher, a parent, or just have a child in your life who you want to inspire to love learning, I definitely suggest giving KiwiCo as a gift this upcoming holiday season. And if you use my unique code, you can receive your first box absolutely free. Just go to kiwico.com/AkibaMaze. So there's 4 quick things I'm going to go over for practice. One is what we just talked about, fun. Just like KiwiCo is fun, you have to make the sight word practice really fun. And if you take a look at the resource that I've used in the past with students and that I'm using in this video, you'll see that there are a lot of fun activities such as fishing for sight words and color by sight words. And by making it fun, you can activate the minds of multiple intelligences. Some kids may learn just fine by copying down the words 5 times. Some might have to jump up and sing and play the words and do a wiggle as they're learning the words. The next part, and this is where I really think that my students flourished, is you need to practice these sight words constantly, consistently, and multiple times a day. So what I would do in my classroom is I took these sight words and I put them up on a word wall. I put the words up against my board, and the first thing in the morning the kids would do when they got up or when they got to school is they would read that. Then when it's time for lunch, I've got the flashcards, and if you want to walk out to lunch, you've got to read these flashcards for me. You got to go. Then later on in the day, we would take a little brain break and play a game where it's like sight word bingo or something like that. And then at the end of the day, one more time, I want you to read me your sight words as you walk out the door. So that's what I would do in a school environment. Here at home, I also have a smaller version of a word wall. And just throughout the day, I'm just telling my kids, hey, come over, read these words to me. Okay, good, you're done, go back and play. In the car, I have sight words written on index cards. So before we get out the car each time, read these words, joop, 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 done. So it's just like a minute or so of practice several times a day consistently that can really get the mind going. So we've talked about how practice needs to be fun. We've talked about how it needs to be frequent and multiple times throughout the day. The final things that practice needs to be is practice needs to have a focus on reading the words in context, that is, in other texts, and also writing the words. Well, writing the words, it's pretty obvious that if these are the most frequently used words when they're reading, that means that kids are going to be using these words a lot when they're writing. We want them to know how to spell the words. And it also kind of gets to another spot in their memory when they have to write the words than just seeing and saying. And finally, reading the words in context. It's one thing to be able to see the words on a flashcard. It's another thing to be able to see the word surrounded by tens or hundreds of other words and to be able to figure it out. So what I do is that very same day that the children learn the words initially, we go down and we read the words in context. So I've created little stories that are like high frequency or sight word stories. So if this week you're learning the word the, then we're going to be reading texts that primarily have the word the in them. If next week you're learning the word below, then we're going to be reading stories that primarily have the word below in it. This method helped me boost my students' reading ability in a short period of time, and I know it will help you do the same thing. Good luck, get out there, and remember to join us next time. Bye-bye. If you found this video helpful, remember to give it a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed so that you don't miss another opportunity to teach your child today.